I've always been a type of person, worker, leader that I just go, go, go. And
Mm,
so as I grew in leadership, as I developed in my career, empathy was something that I had to put a lot of attention to learning and
mm,
being better at. Um, I would define empathy as um, not necessarily fully having to understand, but being able to put yourself in someone's shoes. Because
mm,
I am the type of person that I can go for hours on end. If I have a goal at the end, if I know it's attainable, even if I know it's half attainable, I will do whatever to get there. That's how I am built. And I'll take care of picking myself up off the ground after. Not
yeah.
everyone is built that way. And it was very, very quick that I learned that. And so for me, it was asking myself, how do I put myself in someone else's shoes? Well, I feel like I can halfway. And the other one is asking, what are you
Mm,
feeling? How is this affecting you? And so it was putting together using my imagination, being open-minded to say, how might this be for somebody else that isn't
mm.
me? How might this affect me positively or negatively? And then asking that my team, my staff, both lateral, up and down, how is this affecting you? So really, again, putting yourself in their shoes, because sometimes I can't understand what they're going through. I've not done that. I've not built that way.
Yeah.
And so just asking those questions.
We all have unique life experiences, so we look at the world from different
Mhm.
lenses. We all have different personality styles and different ways we approach work and the way we interact in the workplace. So being able to understand the diversity of thought and the way people interact is really
Yeah.
key. Annika, in your book, you talk about, the real thing that strength of your book is that not all people have to be outgoing, extroverted, be able to get in front of a group and give speeches to, 100 people, so there's a level of empathy that we have to understand the role. So what would you add to the conversation?
Yeah, I agree with what Monica said in terms of trying to step into people's shoes. Yeah, I think as we think about leading organizations, it's shaping your assumptions about a situation or a way a person's acting based on their experience, not just yours.
Hmm.
I think a lot of us, are wired like Monica. Once you want something, you go after it, and you just assume, well, geez, why aren't people doing it? They must not be bought in, or they must, not be right. And you kind of, I'll give an example. So, we're recalibrating, which I know we'll talk about, our hybrid model here at Spero, where we kind of rolled with the punches with the way that the pandemic would drive us. But now we have a chance to really reconstruct it. And we were having the discussion about, minimum requirements of when you need to come in the office versus not. And I said, well, geez, why isn't everybody just coming and, it turns out everyone has a different experience. Some people live next door to the office. Some people live 2 hours from the office. Some people have to drive 100 miles to the airport to be able to get to the office. And you have to meet people where they are part way. And that shaped our assumptions.
No, that's one of the things when we were doing our planning session, I think that really struck me. All three of us, we may not have said it exactly the same way, but we talked a lot about our jobs as leaders is to meet the moment by meeting the people where they're at, right? And I think as we've seen in the last 2.5 years, everything's changing and everyone's going through a different set of experiences. And the more we can understand how to meet people where they're at is really, really key, for whatever level. So I think that's really a point that as leaders, we have to be a lot more sensitive to that as we move forward.